Welcome back, people of the internet. I'm your host, Raven Geeks, coming at you with another Blue Lock video. Now, this video we're going to be doing things a bit different, and due to the fact that the Blue Lock episode Nagi movie is not too available to view at the moment, my movie review will have to be on the back burner for now. So instead, we are going to do this neat video idea, and that is ranking who will make it through the top 23 of the Neo Egoist League. Hello, so this is the tier list I've made. I've organized it by team just to make it easier, so we don't have to go in like some sort of random order. So for convenience and also just for like viewers' eyes, I guess, we have Barcha first. For FC Barcha. So with this team starting off, we have things to consider. These are the tiers. Top 5 individuals, so this means that who I predict the top 5 players will be of the Neo Egoist League by the time it's ended, basically who gets the highest bids. Then we got makes the team. This is pretty much like the main other players I think will be playing on the field to start. Certainly a substitute, basically the other players in which made it but won't be playing on the team front and center immediately could have a chance. This is for any of those wild cards who just end up being within the mix or very close to the mix. And then, of course, the guarantee gets the boot. I don't usually do live recordings, but this one felt appropriate as it's like a tier list, so you get to see my live individual thinking of where I believe these players will go. So, of course, FC Barcha, let's start off with Barcha. I believe Barcha makes the team. I don't think he's going to be a top 5 player because as of currently, he is 5th, which I know puts him in contention for being a top 5 player individually. But we gotta also consider the fact that people are just going to be improving during the current matches that are at play at the moment. Chigiri may actually overtake Barcha. That seems a possibility. Oliver IQ also maybe overtakes Barcha. We also have other players to actually talk about. Of course, the main top 5, I believe, will be fairly obvious. Barcha will definitely make the team. I believe 6th or 7th, but he's going to stay on top of this here. Now we've got Otoya. Otoya? I barely know how to say his name. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to say Ita. Ita is, I'm not sure where he ranks on the leaderboard. I'm pretty sure he's 10th. So to be one of the top 6 players coming out of the second selection, he's doing pretty well for himself. And I believe he does make the team. There is going to be some people that's going to be dropping off of the top 11 to make the team, so I don't predict that for Ita, so I believe he is definitely making the team. Next up, we got Dari. I don't know how to say his name. There's going to be a lot of characters that I don't know how to say the names of, so please forgive me for butchering their pronunciations. I'm not trying to get on anyone's nerves. So for this guy, I have a separate monitor just to check the rankings. Absolutely notice the fact that these guys are where they should be. I don't think this guy is going to make it. According to this list, he doesn't look like he's even in a good contention spot. He's not one of the U20 players that are notable, unfortunately, so for that he will be getting the boot. He doesn't seem like he's contending highly. Yeah, that's just how it be. That's just how it be. One of the U20 players does get kicked off. All right, next up, we got Hey8. We got Hey8. I'm just gonna say Hey8. I believe could have a chance. We don't see much of him. He's basically a long, lanky Nagi. But you know what? Nah, he's getting the boot. FC Barcha team playing its last match, and I don't think most of U20's players even stand a chance. I believe most of them are getting booted. And to think that all players on U20 are in FC Barcha, yeah, we're going to just get through these because next up we have this guy. I'm not sure how to say this guy's name. I'm not even going to attempt it. I believe he gets the boot as well. We're going to put him in the boot. There's going to be a lot of boots to start off with because these are kind of like, you know, the main characters of this team are these two. And of course, I don't believe most of the FC Barcha team are really going to make it because they haven't really shown much. These have been the two main characters. Barcha has definitely been one of the main characters, but this guy has been top 6. FC Barcha is not having some good representation at the moment, but we can at least get to a comfortable position with most of the players just out the way at the bottom, and then we can talk about the real contenders later on. We got Haiji. We haven't seen anything from Haiji. I believe Haiji could have a chance purely because he is a blue lock player through and through. The fact that we haven't seen anything from him, maybe. And I'm not gonna bow him out. But this guy, Himizu, we haven't seen much of him either. This guy wasn't even shown at the beginning of the series, so I believe he gets the boot. Maybe that's just pointing to something, I don't know. We got Sakura. I think this guy's getting the boot too. So yeah, that's my ranking of FC Barcha. It's kind of depressing now looking at it. Not many people are just gonna make it. But here we go. Baru. Moving on. Ubers have been a threat. So I believe a lot of these guys have a lot more or a bigger chance of getting through as the top 23 in this position. So we're going to start with Sendu. Well, we started off with Baru, but we know he's going to be top 5. But Sendu is currently 13th. So I definitely think he's going to be a substitute. Unfortunately, he's not really going to play in this striker position because I believe that there's just better striker options. But he's currently 13th. He's showing up. He's playing well with Baru. He's one of the U20 players, I believe, who will actually make it. So that's good. That's good for him. Awesome to see. Next up, we got Nico, actual rival to Isagi, but now like he's kind of like the B-Tech rival in comparison to Rin. But he is definitely still a contender. He's definitely, I believe, going to be top 23 as he's 11th at the moment. Tied for 11th with Nagi. So if that isn't impressive, I don't know what is. Next up, we got Ryu. Ryu is currently 9th, which is very surprising to me, considering I thought that he would have much more of a fall off since the whole Ubers game, and of course, like no longer being ranked highly after the second selection was over. So, but he is currently 9th, and I can't really dispute that. I can't dispute the fact that he will probably stay there. That is a fairly high position, and he could drop off like considerably. I don't think he's making the team tier, but he is currently within the rankings of top 23. He has good height and good jumping ability. He's going to stand as a threat, and I believe he's not really going to fall off too far from 9th to currently. Oliver IQ, I believe most definitely he's making the team. I believe IQ is definitely going to be like maybe ranked number 7 or 8. I believe somewhere around that realm. Barcha is definitely like a little bit outside of top 5 individual. That's just how I feel. That's how I think about it. Next up, we got the goalkeeper. What is this guy? This is the goalkeeper of U20. So this guy being 19th is a good chance, but that can mean he's like a substitute goalkeeper. But he's going to be one of those forgetful people. Like he's gonna drop out of 23. So I'm going to say he could have a chance because I think Gagamaru is going to be the goalkeeper of the match. That's most definite, considering the fact that he is ranked 1 position higher, and not to mention he has the Paris game to really show off his abilities. Next up, we haven't seen much of this guy. Ishikari is his name. I believe he is not making it. He's gonna get the boot. He's not within that contention of the top players. Same with this guy, Shigumi. I believe he gets the boot as well. Same with Tanaka. A lot. These guys that you've just seen like a few times, or not even a few times, maybe even once, you can immediately think that they just get the fucking boot because they're not really bringing much to the table as of currently. So unfortunately, that would just be the case. And yeah, that's the Ubers team already ranked. We got a few more higher up than FC Barcha and Baru being our first top 5 individual, but who would have expected otherwise? Now we move on to Bastard München. I know I should have probably left this for last, but the most like unpredictable players are just last place, just for, you know, keeping you guys on your toes to discuss what I think about Reo Nagi, but we'll get to them. Anyway, we are starting off with our favorite Shark Boy. He's a top favorite for me. He's definitely made his way up. Personality is great, and his ability, of course, as a passer is also amazing. I believe he makes the team. He is a great support. He's going to be a side like Kyori in terms of like his passing ability. Right now, I'm pretty sure he is. Let's check the list. He is 16th, tied 16th with Rhea. Rhea is kind of in that sort of like fall off stage era, but this guy is on his ups, and he has just been subbed in the latest chapter, so we're going to see a lot more of him. He's going to get up in those rankings, I believe. Actually, I don't think he makes the team, you know? Okay. The fact that he's 16th, I don't think he's making the team, actually. I believe he is just realistically high rank, but I believe he is only going to go up. He could make it to top 11, but I think he's going to get like 12th. So he actually may just be outside that range. He's just going to go up. Maybe we'll put him here. Next up is Kunigami. I feel like Kunigami is a sacrifice, in all fairness. He is supposed to be that replica of Noel's Noah. He's supposed to be that top player. He's supposed to boost his team further to the top. But, like, currently he's 8th. So you can't really bow him out. It's hard to do that. When the fact that he's worth 50 million yen, I can't exactly say that he would be, you know, out. There's going to be a lot of strikers on this team. I think he's going to be a substitute. But this guy, definitely making the team. He's going to be the top goalkeeper. He's going to increase in the rankings. He's currently 18th. But he's definitely going to get top 11. He's just going to show up. He's going to show what he's all about, in my opinion. Yukimiya. I'm terrible with names. Please forgive me. This guy's 14th. Contention, yes. I feel like there has been less attention on him since, you know, yeah, he's been less of a factor. You know what? Ever since the beginning of the game against the Ubers, he's been a relative non-thought. Like, Isagi used him to get ahead, but now Isagi surpassed this dude by like a long shot. So he's going to be a substitute. He's going to be one of those lower substitutes. I think above Ayu. We got Raichi, and Raichi currently is 23rd, which is really scary for the dude. But I believe he's going to make it. I believe he is going to show his man marking abilities and defensive strategy, but just to the maximum. He just needs a guide, you know. He just needs a guide. That may be his fall off because, you know, not being as independent, having to follow orders. That's kind of not in the making of like an ego-based player, not an egoist. I want to see him get through, and I believe he will get through. That's just how I believe it. Now, one ranking ahead of him in 22nd, Hiyori. I believe Hiyori is actually going to surpass. I think he's definitely going to surpass Kurina, and I think he's going to make the team. So right now, we only have one player left before this makes the team selection. This guy, this bastard. It's so funny because I think about him and I think, man, he's not going to make it to the next bit. He's not going to make it to the next bit. And he always makes it. And he's also like, he also had that moment recently where he asked Isagi how he's going to like make it, how he's going to show the fact that he's good. And he doesn't have like too much to him, but I feel like he has a chance. I feel like they keep him in for shits and giggles. To say that he gets the boot, I can't be fully confident. Igarashi is definitely like one of those people that always have a chance. I'm just gonna call him Jin. Jin is okay. So after this game, he's on the field. He's on the field, right? Yeah, he's on the field. God, it's hard to say. 5 other slot. You know what? I believe in him. I believe in him. Don't know how far he will make it, but he's definitely gonna show up at some point. He has been built. He's on the. Okay, so when you think about characters, right? Okay, in the episode Nagi manga, he's built up to be one of Nagi's like opponent in terms of his skill. We haven't seen anything from the dude, but he is one of the people on the front of the manga. He's the latest manga cover front model or whatever. So to kick him out and pretty much give him no bid or not even a chance, I believe that's kind of disingenuous. Nero, he's one of those other U20s that just don't stand a chance. But he has had more screen time. You know what? I slightly believe in it. Isagi, top 5 individual. That's predict. Who's gonna think that I'm just gonna say, oh yeah, he's making the team, or he's certainly a substitute. Nah, he's top 5 individual. He's tied with Baru at the moment. And this game, after his goal, his fucking American freedom goal, yeah, he's definitely going to either be 2 or 1 by the end of this match, or maybe overtaken by someone unpredictable. With that, we move on to the next. We are on to Paris X Gen. Now, this may seem surprising, but there's actually only 11 players on this team. That's not including Loki. Loki makes up the 12th player. Let's be honest, dude's going to be top 5 individual. I believe Isagi is actually going to overtake him, but I don't think Baru's going to overtake him. Like, in terms of goals scored, I'm pretty sure Baru has the most. Yeah, anything could happen. Karasu, he's 15th at the moment. I think he's making the team. 3 more to go here. 1 more to go here, 2 more to go here. Ooh, we're getting into a tight spot here, especially since like we have some good contenders here still. So let's talk about Shido. Shido is top 5 individual. I think he may surpass Baru. Shido's going to surpass Baru. Yeah, his value is 100 mil, and I think with his collaboration with Charles, he's going to be the sort of threat. Tokimitsu, I think as of currently he's 20th, but I don't think he's actually going to like fully make it. Okay, so if we think about the rankings at the moment, we have one more for here, one more for here, and 3 more for here. I feel like Tokimitsu's going to have a chance, but he's not actually going to make it. I believe this game is where he's going to fall off, unfortunately. Zantetsu, I believe he stands more of a chance than Tokimitsu, especially since they're currently tied. He's going to be the person that comes out of this better. Ninjiro, he's not in the top 23, however, he has shown to be ambidextrous, which basically means he can use both his left and right feet in order to control pass and whatever, and he is the support for Rin. He's actually Rin's only support at the moment. In terms of the current spots that we have left, I think we are going to put him, could have a chance. Next up, we have characters which have not been shown much of. This guy has a cool design, so does he. I don't know about this dude. He's not on the bidding list and he hasn't had time to shine. Could have a chance. He has a cool design. We will put him, could have had a chance. Yuzu is, I think he's getting the boot. Same with Cho. I don't believe either of them really stand much of a chance, unfortunately. That is Paris X Gen, final team. And I believe this one is like the most talked about, so this is why I left this team for last. The main talking points are Ryo and Nagi, but we are starting off with Chigiri for this because I feel like Chigiri's path is set in stone. And I actually believe, as of currently, he is 7th. He's just behind Oliver IQ and Barcha. Barcha is currently in 5th, Oliver IQ is in 6th. So, with that in mind, yeah, I believe Chigiri is making it to top 5. I believe, honestly, he makes top 5. And that may be like controversial because these two are still left. He's the best player out of Manshine City. Gets the boot. We haven't seen anything from Wanma. Tiger, he has a cool hairstyle. I believe that's cool, but like, no. You haven't seen anything from him. This is Neo. Fortunately, I think he gets the boot as well. Moving on, he's been out with an injury and we haven't seen anything from the dude. I feel like they're building him up. He could have a chance. They're building him up. And with that, we're down to 4. And I feel like from here on, it gets kind of predictable. And I believe like upon reading the Nagi manga, this guy may have fallen off. This is where I believe the guy will go. Don't know how to say his name. Hiraji. I believe he is a very interesting character, and the fact that like we can build off of that. This guy or this guy or this guy. These 3 basically interchangeable. They can go in top 23, but I believe in this guy the most after reading the episode Nagi manga. He's definitely got a more interesting character, and the fact that he did make it through the 2nd selection even after losing, and of course from that we can also predict that this guy gets the boot. Now we're down to these 2. You can already guess the fact that we're not actually going to give them the boot or could have a chance. Ryo being lower ranked, I believe goes here, even though I believe he is the better overall player, and Nagi will make the team. And that is my list of my predictions of people getting in. That's my list. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree, because realistically, this is just how I feel. This is how I believe the rankings will be. Of course, everything's subject to change, and there are going to be some shocking releases, like somewhere, like these guys are all getting eliminated. It's kind of like, you know, whatever. That's just how it be. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Of course, if you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, of course, suggest whatever video ideas I should do next, and be sure to subscribe because your support is really appreciated. It keeps me going to make these videos, and hopefully soon enough, I will do the episode Nagi movie review. So yeah, thank you all for joining, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.